Hello guys, most welcome to UPSC welfare. Let's attempt. You know that sorry, as we know that we are trying to complete all the sequence by the chapter of the UPSC question which has been asked already. So let's see here. Which one of the following is not a digestive enzyme? Here we have to choose trypsin, definitely digestive enzyme, pethylene, digestive enzyme, pepsin, that is also. But gastrin is a hormone, my dear. Remind you of that, you know that. So here, which one is going to be? B will be absolutely correct. For acknowledge more, let you inform the my dears that as we know that the gastrin is a hormone which stimulated secretion of digestive enzyme in a stomach. Yes. What is the digestive enzyme? Trypsin, pepsin, pethylene. These all are a digestive enzyme of the human systems, where gastrin is a hormone. What is the role of the gas? Of course, gastrin, messenger. Of course, it acts as the messenger. Provoke through, of course, the body organs to, of course, the stimulate the, of course, enzymes. That is going to play the role, of course, in the digestion. So enzyme play the role for digestion, and hormone that will play a role as a messenger. Remind you of that. So here B will be correct answer. Now 161, which of the following is the correct the sequence of descending length of the three structural parts below of the small intestine in the human body? So as we know, which one? As we know that, my dear, decreasing length of the three structural parts of the ileum, that will be, three parts are, that will be first ileum, jejunum, and I'm talking descending order matters. So ileum, jejunum, duodenum, small intestine. So a small intestine will be at last. So yes, here ileum, jejunum, duodenum. So ileum, yes, duodenum, jejunum. So what will be the correction here? Here, see, ileum, first will be ileum, jejunum, duodenum. Yes, duodenum. So duodenum, ileum, jejunum, duodenum. D will be the correct answer. Yeah. And after that, duodenum, there will be a small intestine, my dears. A small intestine, of course, especially. Here. Now see, and which of the following the count of the organism is phenomenon found where in the female kills male after copulation. Dragonfly, remember that, of course, let me here. Why it shows that because the female dragonfly the kills of the male after the copulation, because dragonfly copulate for prolonged period of the time, thus male can't grasp her and mate with her before the female of opposite. It is most likely to fertilize the egg that are left. So here A will be the correct answer. Now 163, which of the following is a snack is that mainly the composed of other snacks? So which one? King cobra, of course, in the matter. Why will be the king cobra here? Because as we know that rattlesnake it's the small snakes, mice, lizard, bird, and insect. There is a snake will consume 2 to 3 times its own. When the snack is as we know that average snack will consume 2 to 3 times its own weight in varies the food item during the spring to fall months when the snack is away from its winter dance. So the snack, of course, swallows it's on the prey in one pieces. So here will be king cobra. Now see, sorry, what is the PS level of the normal person? What is the PS? Of course 7.35 stir, because I'm talking about the blood. PS is always refers the alkaline, my dear. So what is the PS? That's nothing, the potential of the hydrogen and the concentrations. So 164, once again I repeat, as blood is slightly alkaline, the pH of the blood varies from 7.35 to 7.45. Now here 165 assertion. See, assertion liver produce 2-man fat digesting enzyme. What are that? No, see, firstly, assertion in human body, liver has an important role in a fat digestion. Absolutely correct. Of course, bile and lipid. That is going true. Of course, bile juices, that is the playing a very good role for fat digestion, as we know that. Sure, here is no doubt that it's not a correct. So of course, the absolutely correct, and R is the liver, the produce 2 important the fat digestion. Both are the correct. So we will elect into here A. Why it is so? Because as when liver is the largest and most complex of the organ of the body, important the function of the liver is the bile secretion or digestion of the fat. The fat digesting enzyme are lipids and bile. Remember that. Now 66, which one the following? 1. Yes, which one lays egg doesn't produce young one directly? Well, of course, well fish. So D will be here the correct. Why it is so? D. The well are well are baby parrots. They give birth to the live young. Some well lay eggs like all mammals. Well, crabs are nursed bed. Yes, milk from their mother. So that's why we will give, of course, yeah, option that will be not a kangaroo, not of course it's Indana, and not will be of course porcupines. See my dear, if you having the problems true, of course, get my pronunciation, then please sorry for it. Now see here 167 questions that the release of which one of the following is into pond and wells helping the controlling of the mosquitoes. Of course, that will be gambusia fishes. Why it is so? Why we will give the priority of this option? Why not dogfish? Why not a snail? Why not a crab? Because yes, gambusia fish, as we know, that is a larvivorous fish. This fish is released into the pond wells to the controlling the mosquito by eating mosquitoes, larvae, insect and crustaceans. Of course, that's why. Now 68, yeah, which of the following is not ape? So gibbon, as we know that gibbon is of course ape. Yes, gorilla is also ape, and yes, ogaton is also ape, but langur is not ape, my dear. So C will be here. Correct will be C. Why it is so? Because as we know that given gorilla and yes, orangutan yes are apes, but langur is not ape because it is of course prosimians. That's all. 169 here. Yes, in the context of the genetic disorder, consider the following. The women, of course, women suffer from color blindness while her husband doesn't suffer from it. They have the son or daughter in this context, which one of the following the statement is the most probable? Both the children suffer from the color blind. Absolutely wrong. Daughter suffer from color the blindness, yes, while the son doesn't suffer from it. Absolutely wrong. Both children don't suffer from the color blindness. No, that will be wrong. Here, son suffers from the color blindness while daughter doesn't. Absolutely correct, my dear. Why it is so? Because as we know that the female reproductive organ develops the chromosome and male XY the chromosome. So which one? Of course, definitely the bill gives that here. Daughter will be develops a chromosome, so there is no you know that's when the fertilize the XY the chromosome, that refers to the son. So at that condition, of course, something will be show from the above the yes graphical representation. Of course, we conclude that the son is color blinded and the daughter is the carrier. So why it is so? Because see, for example, my dears, let me make the graphs. See, double X This will be your female reproductive organ, and this will be X and the Y. Here it will be male reproductive. When the fertilizer occurs, from here, see, as we know that if the Y comes here and X, so this will be Sun, as we know that Sun, and here see X, and from here sorry, it's your Y, it's your male and it's your female. So here see X and Y. So which one will be the carrier? Of course the son will be the carrier, that, and the daughter doesn't. So here of course which one will be, of course D will be the correction there. Son suffer from the color blindness while daughter doesn't. Remind that. Now yes, 170 in this the context the real life. The flying foxes categorize, of course, the kite, definitely. 177, why it is sure? Because as we know that the flying fox is categorized in the kite in the context of the Indian wildlife especially. Now 171 here, see, with reference to the evolution of the flying the organism, see, with reference to the evolution of living organism, which one of the following the sequence is correct? Here see, octopus, dolphin, shark. No, that is wrong, as we know. Is pangolin, tortoise, hawk. No, that is absolutely wrong. Here salamander, of course salamander, and parrot, of course python, kangaroo. Why it is so? Because as we know that here is asking what is evolution of living organism. So for your acknowledgement according to, yes, my dear, evolution of the living organism, salamander, python, the kangaroo. Why we will choose here? Because you know evolution started from amphibian 350 million years ago, reptile appeared 300 years millions years ago, and 200 million years ago first a small mammal was there appeared. That's why we will give the salamander to the kangaroo, my dear. Now for the question, see, yes, panda belongs to the same family as that of especially which one is going to be a bear, cat, rabbit, dogs. Here will be bear, of course, especially 170 why it will be here, especially 72 will be a panda, because the panda and the bear belong to the same, you know, the family that is the Ursidae. The panda are the medium the size bear. Of course, of all the endangered, the bear the species they have the most distinguished in the color combination, of course. So here we will choose A. Here's the marine animal is called dugong, which is vulnerable, of course, vulnerable to extinction age. Which one is it? As we know that here the mammal will be because why it shows because as we know that dugong is a large marine mammals, there is no doubt. So dugong has a fusiform body with no dorsal fin or hind limb. So instead of possessing his paddle, dugong is heavily dependent on seagrass for subsistence. Dugongs bear one calf at a time after an approximately 13 months gestations. That's right. Now see, these are the questions. What is threat, that is distance of the malaria parasites to tracks like sorry, chloroquine has promoted attempts to develop other malarial vaccines to the combat the malaria. Why it is the difficult to develop an effective the malarial vaccine? Why it is so? So as the cause the several species of the plasma, no, the man doesn't. Because you know the four species most of the common. For your acknowledgement, my dear, let you inform that malaria is the cause not of the several species. The four species mostly the Plasmodium, that Plasmodium vivax, Plasmodium falciparum, Plasmodium ovale, and one is also that's I'm forgetting the moment. Just search on the Google, definitely will get. And see, man doesn't. Yes, immunity to the malaria during the infections. No, the vaccine can be developed against the bacteria? No, man is the only intermediate between the host and insensitive between the host. No, that cannot be here. B will be, because man doesn't develop the immunity to the malaria, the vaccine, natural infection. So why 174 is going to be here? 170 will be. Why it shows? Because as we know that it is very difficult to develop and affect the malaria, the vaccine, because repeated natural infection doesn't produce any kind of the detectable resistance to erythrocytic cycle of the malaria in a man. That's why, my dear, we will give the priority of the B option, that man doesn't develop the immunity. And that condition don't produce any kind of detectable resistance. On the basis of that, we will combat. Go for the yes. I'm sure develops the vaccines. So B will be here. Here's the consider the following this statement: hepatitis B is several times more infectious than the HIV and AIDS. This can be the concern here. See, of course, definitely, because hepatitis B is several times more infectious than the HIV and AIDS, and hepatitis B can cause the liver cancer. Of course, absolutely. So both are the correction here. As we know, for your more acknowledgement, my dears, let me inform that hepatitis B is potentially life-threatening liver infections. Caused by the hepatitis B virus, it can cause the chronic liver disease, put the people at the high risk of the death. Of course, from the cirrhosis. Yes, cirrhosis of the liver and the liver cancer. Of course, the hepatitis B virus is transmitted from people by the contact with blood or other body fluid and contact with the blood or other body fluid. Remember that. So now, where I was, 176 is at present the scientist can determine the arrangement and the relative, of course, position of the gene or DNA sequences on the chromosome. How does this knowledge benefit us? As many it is possible to know pedigree of the livestock. So here, my dear, of course, yes, it's possible to get the pedigree of livestock. So absolutely correct, because I'm talking how benefiting DNA sequences. So here, see, it is possible to understand the cause of all the human diseases, of course, and 3 here, see, it is possible to develop the disease resistance and the break, of course, absolutely. So D will be here the correct. So all option is the correction here. Why it is so? Because as we know that, my dear, and we are talking here nothing, just a human genome project, SGP, is not at all limited to the only genetic disease. There are some 30,000 genes, and the genome sequence would provide the great helps to the world, the tools to conquer disease. So here we must note that all the diseases have a genetic component, whether inherited, genetic, or the resulting from the body response to the environmental stress like virus, toxins, sequence of the SGP. Yes, this is standing for Human Genome Project. Yes, have been enabled the researchers to the pinpoint error in a gene and the smallest unit of the heredity as the cause or contribute to the disease. Thus, yes, second statement is going to be the correct. So definitely here D will be the correction here, the materials, of course. Now, last the question of this slide. See, human activities in the recent past they have caused the increase the concentration of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, but a lot of it doesn't depend on the lower the atmosphere because of it escape into the outer stratosphere. See, it is photosynthesis by the photoplankton in the ocean and the trapping of the air in the polar of the ice caps. So which one is going to be the correction here? As we know that the materials we will give the 2 and 3 is absolutely correct. Why it shows? Because since CO2 carbon dioxide is heavier than air, so it shrinks in the ocean down the moving up, and also during the winter it is observed that CO2 is trapped in the ice caps. Sure, of course, 2 and the 3 is absolutely. Why not? If they eliminate of the 1 here, because it's absolutely wrong. Why? Because it escaped into the outer atmosphere. No. So here 2 and 3 is absolutely correct. And here, of course, in this will be answer C. So this is all about in this video tutorial. Next zoology questions we will proceed in next video tutorial. And of course, it's my humble request to all, of course, UPSC aspirants, please, if my video is benefiting to you in any way, then please try to subscribe and like and leave the comment below the comment box. Really, that will motivate to us to the max the more video is. And definitely that I hope that this video will of course benefit this video of course will benefit to you to build the confidence and to get the pattern of the UPSC and the strategy of asking the questions by the UPSC. So thank you guys, have a great time. Thank you.